under PDD 51 that they will use Canadian and Mexican troops in the U.S.
Yeah.
On record.
And one of the things that I came across this week, I actually contacted a friend on Facebook, and it's funny because he was a bully back in school days too, and now he claims that he works for the federal law enforcement in the United States, and he's up here training our law enforcement, I imagine, on how to kick in doors and things like that.
Oh, no, that's been on the news that the Texas State Police are up there training the folks in Canada on how to set up checkpoints and violate rights. Thanks for the call, sir. What would Australians do if they tried to use foreign troops in Australia?
It's hard to say, Alex. I mean, I'd hate to say that Australians should just bow down and let it happen, but I suspect that's probably the case.
Depends on which foreign troops. If we're talking about American soldiers or English soldiers, hard to say. There's a lot of history there with American military and Australian military working together. Mm-hmm. Anything else, though, I think people will be very suspicious.
Yeah, MacArthur ran to Australia. Let's go ahead and talk to, but because the Aussies were armed, the Japanese dare not invade. Let's talk to Gary in Indiana. Gary, what's your take on all this?
Sir, thanks for taking my call. The reason I called today is this isn't just happening in Iowa. Just yesterday, my wife received a letter from the United States District Court, Southern District of Indiana, Laura A. Briggs, clerk of the court. It's a 28-page questionnaire. Number 50 is, are there guns in your home, yes or no? If the answer is yes, please indicate whether you or another member of your household own guns, how many guns are owned, what kinds of guns are owned, handgun, rifle, shotgun, semi-automatic, etc. I think the reason for this is about a little over a year ago, the ATF telephoned me on my company cell phone, which is an unpublished number. If I called you on that phone, it would give you my company name, not me, and indicated they were at my house and needed to investigate some firearms I owned. So I collected my wife. I drove home. On the way, I called a deputy sheriff friend of mine, asked him to meet me there. When I arrived at my house, there were 2 sheriff cars and an ATF agent and my friend. They went inside, and the ATF agent questioned me about a couple of handguns I had purchased years and years before, and I produced records showing that I had traded them into a gun dealer, and he indicated they had been used in crime. And then he started questioning. He had a stack of paperwork on me, asking me questions about other handguns I had purchased. I had recently purchased a pair of handguns, and when you purchase 2 guns at a time, in Indiana, they have to send a multiple purchase form to the government. He had that on hand. He wanted to inspect the guns to make sure I wasn't
that's what the
stealing
states
them.
do, is they collect the registration data. Now, under the census, back in 2000, it was 1 in 6 homes. I got one, was a 49 question. And then I think it was 1 in 20, got a multi-hundred question, and it would ask you, do you own firearms? And now Obama's announced under the census it's going to be monthly, and they claim under law you've got to answer all the questions. When you don't, the Constitution says you've got to answer it every 10 years, just how many people live there, for apportionment of your state representatives to the legislature. That's it. For representation, how many state reps, how many federal reps your state gets. Just amazing, sir. Stay there. I want to hear the rest of the story when we get back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, this is Steve Shank. eFoods does it again. The 3-Day Responder provides one adult with 3 days worth of healthy, delicious, easy fix food. The price of the 3-Day Responder is almost ridiculous at $21.95 for actually 12 meals plus snacks. When you taste the food in the 3-Day Responder, you will understand why families trust eFoods Direct to provide healthy, delicious food for every need. Whether you're hunting, playing, or responding to an emergency, the food in the 3-Day Responder is easy to fix and ready to go. Food is an everyday need. The 3-Day Responder is for the time when food should be the last thing you have to worry about. The 3-Day Responder, $21.95. Sometimes the best things do come in the smallest packages. Call 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com. That's 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com.
May I have everybody's attention, please? I've come with a message of information. 9/11 was an inside job.
Do you like being a puppet, sir? Do you like being a puppet for the New World Order?
How do the American people know that 9/11 was staged, was engineered by you, David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR?
Will you please sit down and shut up? The day that we stop asking questions is the day that we have allowed the seeds of desperation nepotism to grow at our own door.
7 years after the attacks of September 11th, a global awakening has taken place.
An inside job? How dare you?
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
All hell is breaking loose on 6th Avenue.
And if the government has not told the truth, in 5 years we will be here on the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Truth Rising. Download the film at prisonplanet.tv right now or get the DVD at Infowars.com. It's now time to take the revolution to the next level.
Did you know that pH balance is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 9 or higher. Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline minerals and elements. This product is a one-of-a-kind in its strength and effectiveness. Using Plasma pH drops is one of the best ways to make your water alkaline while helping you get rid of acid and regaining your health and energy. With just 10 drops, you can raise the pH level of the water you drink up to the pH of 10. Alkalizing water helps the body rid itself of acidic waste and increases the oxygen content of your body. Disease organisms like bacteria and cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops now by going directly to alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-344-3420 today.
All right, we're going to go back to your calls to Australia and other places, dealing with the gun confiscation drills going on all over the country, not just Iowa. We have a state rep coming on from Texas who's introduced a bill for sovereignty next hour for about 20 minutes, and we have, it looks like the military is going to be coming on. Looks like we've got them coming on, so we'll see if that happens. I don't want to say more than that until we get them on, for obvious reasons. Folks will try to stop him from coming on. No, he said it. But who cares? Whatever. That is coming up. But I want to go to Rob Freeman because we were going to get the fellow on from the 7/7 Ripple Effect who made the film, who mailed it out to a bunch of people, and it mailed it to a jury you're looking at the 7/7 bombings, saying, look, here's evidence that it was an inside job, and they arrested him in Ireland. And they've got some extradition order now from England. He was supposed to get out today, but Anthony Hill has not been able to join us. So Rob Freeman, good friends with him. What is happening right now?
Good afternoon, Alex. It's nice to be with you. As we speak, Anthony John Hill has been released, and he was he was actually ransomed for the sum of 3,500 euros. Again, this is for sending out a DVD to a judge in England about the trial on the 3 helpers of the 7/7 London bombings. And for people that aren't aware, that particular trial wound up in a mistrial last year, and it's currently being retried. So, knowing that nothing on this planet happens for no reason, certainly the timing is of interest that this particular arrest of Anthony John Hill would take place at the same time that this retrial is going on.
And now what's happening, so we have double jeopardy. His film shows the mainstream media reports that I remember that Scotland Yard was killing some of the Arabs that figured out it was a setup, and this was on the news, but then it all was shut down. Very powerful film, and it backfired. Now it's in a bunch of British and Irish and Scottish newspapers, and it's just exploding all over the web. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're correct. The interesting thing is that the people that were gunned down were actually the suicide bombers, and that's what the film lets everybody know, that it was reported on mainstream media that they were gunning down, I believe in Canary Wharf, or if I don't have the place exactly correct, the these were the suicide bombers that were supposedly on the trains that they never caught, and they were the ones that were gunned down. So, you've got that anomaly, but to me, one of the more interesting things is, and this fits in with 911 and what you've gone through, trying to get the truth out to people. There's some interesting similarities there that should let everybody know that there is a new world order. It is not